it's brilliant to study in a national park, and I think you're saying that it's potentially the only university in a national park in the world, and now World Heritage Site, which is brilliant.
It's been very interesting. It's been a steep learning curve. Never been in a pre-hospital care setting before, having a lot to learn, balancing assignments and shifts at the same time. It was hard work.
Absolutely thrilled, over the moon. Never thought I would get here, but loving it.
What is actually wonderful to see is the academics can do so much, but it's actually the students themselves that support each other, learn from each other, share experiences, and so that's nice to see over the years. And I think today, it's been wonderful today. It's been quite emotional, and I've just met some parents, and it's emotional for the parents as well. But they're just so proud, and I think now it's what's really, you can see it in their eyes. It's this: we're through the door, and they're probably ready to go, but it's what do we do next? How do we keep in touch? What are you going to do? What can I, where am I going to go? And so I think it's about the friendship groups that they've developed, maintaining those. But I think for us, it's what are they going to do next, and that's the exciting thing.
Cecil Street campus is a fantastic place to study. It oozes history, it's incredibly welcoming.
There's a very good relationship between the lecturers and the students. You feel like everything you need to assist you
to develop their careers.
In the business school, we have a range of undergrad and postgraduate programs. We offer a range of facilities and services to support your learning needs.
I think our unique selling point is the fact that we're here in London. All of the students get a great one-to-one service from staff here. They really get to know them personally and help develop their education.
Okay, very good afternoon everybody, and hello. Okay, first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Melissa here, and today we have an honored guest with us from the University of Cumbria. Okay, we have with us Mr. David McGregor, okay, the head of collaborative provision, that will be actually sharing and talking a little bit about the University of Cumbria to all of us today. So David, would you like to share with us a little bit about yourself before we actually begin this session?
Sure. Hi, Melissa, and hello to everyone. I'm delighted to be here today. So I'm head of collaborative provision at the University of Cumbria. That role means, in terms of the Vision College partnership, that I was part of the original development team that worked with the management at the university and the management at Vision College to develop and bring the partnership together. So I visited Vision College, I think about 3 times now. It's a really nice place, and met with a number of staff across the college. So what we then did was work together to ensure that the programs that are going to run, that do run at Vision College, they have to meet the university's requirements because they're university programs, but then also meeting the necessary requirements for delivery in Malaysia. So meeting requirements of the MQA and so forth.
Yeah, that's correct. You came here about 3 times, you mentioned, right? Do you remember when was your last visit, David?
I think it was November 2019.
Ah, okay. So how do you find your experience here in Malaysia for that short period of time?
It was a short period. It would have been nicer to have been there for longer, but no, we loved it. Very hot. we find it hot. But no, it was really nice. We spent quite a lot of time at the college, looking at the college premises, looking around the local area as well, and meeting the people. And I think certainly for myself, there was about 8 of us who came from the UK. It was a sort of an approval panel, if you like. And definitely the thing that stood out for all of us, we were talking afterwards, was how fantastic the people are, and the staff and the students as well. We met some students whilst we were there, so yeah, that was great.
Yeah, we were also very enlightened to have visitors coming all the way to Vision College. Maybe, David, could you just share with us a little bit of the student life in UOC, and perhaps because maybe the Malaysian students might be interested to actually pursue the 2+1 program in collaboration with Malaysia and the UK?
So the programs that are franchised to run at Vision College, so the business programs, the accounting programs, and the criminology programs, they run at the University of Cumbria. Has a number of campuses. We're based in the northwest of England, which if you don't know the layout of England, geography of England very well, we're about 2.5 hours from London on the train. We're north of Manchester. So it's quite a rural area, but it has a number of small cities, and we have campuses in those cities. So because they're quite small, they tend to be friendly and easy to get around and navigate around. But particularly our business programs, which are based in Lancaster. Lancaster has a large student population, so there are a lot of other students and international students in that city. There are lots of facilities and so forth that would help students there to stay there. In terms of the university, we have an international office that provides support to
international students.
Yeah, so partly that's around supporting the students to get a visa to come to the UK to study for that long. Yes, yeah, there's paperwork there, but when they're here, it provides an additional level of layer of support for the students.
That's right, especially if students are very far away from home.
Yeah.
I think one of the concerns, usually parents, they are very worried on whether their child will be taken care of when they are very far away from home. Okay, thank you for sharing regarding that. Another thing, I think one of the concerns of Malaysian parents especially is about the quality of degrees that we produce. Okay, maybe you can share how do we actually ensure the quality of education, especially for these franchise degrees?
Yeah, that's a very good point, Melissa. So a part of the when I talked about the approval process and going through an approval process, part of that was the university checking that it was satisfied and happy that the programs that would be delivered at Vision College and by Vision College would be comparable to what was being delivered by us in the UK. One of the requirements or rules here is that because the university is the degree awarding body, we retain responsibility for the academic standards of the program. So even though Vision College is delivering the program, we're responsible for ensuring that the quality is high. So we do that in a number of ways. There's a number of quality assurance mechanisms that all our own programs have to comply with in terms of internal checks and reporting, and where any issues are identified, action plans are developed, and so forth. The programs that run at Vision have to follow those same processes. We have academics at the university who I think you'll be meeting some of those later. We have an academic who is assigned to supporting that program at Vision College, so that so that there is an equivalent academic counterpart who can talk to the academics at Vision College, and that helps resolve some questions and queries. We also then have, and I think this is a system that might not be familiar generally in Malaysia, we have a system called external examiners in the UK. Now, external examiners are academics from other UK universities who are an academic in that subject area at another university. Every UK programme has an external examiner, and our academics are external examiners elsewhere. And so we have externals who are appointed to the Vision College programmes. They produce an annual report which is shared with the college, and the college is asked to share that with students as well. And that asks questions about academic standards, assessment questions. Is the assessment the students are producing and the work the students are producing in Vision, is that comparable to what the students are doing here? Now, because the partnership, the programs are quite new running at Vision, so we haven't yet had those reports, but once those come in, those act as key documents in terms of ensuring the quality, that we can say the quality at Vision College is high.
From your explanation, we can see that there is definitely a certain standard that is being looked into to ensure that the quality of the degrees produced are on par with other universities out there.
And the other thing that we do, Melissa, and
Yes.
we've been doing this for a number of months now, although we're a long way away from each other. We've set up and we have regular meetings with colleagues at Vision College.
Yes.
In this same way, Teams or Zoom calls, and that just helps us resolve any questions that may arise, uncertainty. But it also helps us just keep in touch with each other and make sure both parties are happy and things. So that works really well.
Yeah, I think the connection is very important to ensure that both sides know what they're doing and is along the same goal. Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you, David. I have another thing that I would like to, maybe you could share a little bit more about the criminology course, which is something very new in our Malaysian market. And especially Vision College is known to be the first one to introduce such course or degree program. Do you see the potential of this course, especially in Malaysia?
I think so, yes. I mean, we're excited to be part of that development because, as you said, Melissa, it's one of the first in the country to come forward. What we particularly liked was it's acting as a progression route from Vision's diploma in law enforcement.
Yes, correct.
So that means that there's a nice route for students who've completed that program.
It's a pathway for them to develop.
Yeah,
from the
exactly. Yes, a
Yeah.
pathway onto that program. And in the same way that for our own students and our own programs, we have that there's the diploma law enforcement enables students to study to a certain level and so forth, but by going on to the honours degree program, it's a longer program, and the academic level is a higher level, so students gain a deeper understanding of that subject area. And the hope is that would then enable students to
have a deeper understanding about the subject matter, perhaps?
Yes, yeah, and that's it. But also perhaps to sort of develop their employability and potential. So that's a key thing for us.
All right. Okay, enough about the programs. Just like to check with you, or just to maybe you can share with us a little bit more of what makes you proud working with the University of Cumbria.
Well, it's particularly at this time. So I think for both yourselves and us, we're all struggling with dealing with the pandemic at the moment.
Yeah.
Certainly, the way the university has pulled together to manage and support, well, manage itself through that, but particularly to support the students through that time, because it's obviously an unsettling and emotionally difficult time for students who've had to change their plans and so forth. So the way that's been done has been excellent. Another part of that really though is so the University of Cumbria. It's one of the UK's newest universities. We're about 12 years old. We were formed in 2007. Wow. And there's it was formed from a number of other institutions. So some of those are much older. But as a university, we're fairly new, and that means that we are very much continuing to grow and develop. So it does mean it's an exciting place to work and rewarding to be part of. And certainly it's things like partnerships with Vision College, because these are new developments for us as well. So it's really exciting to be working with yourself.
Yeah. All right. So we're getting close to the end of our time together. Before we leave, any words of advice to the students who wish to enroll under the UOC program in Vision College?
I think the Vision College. I think the key thing is to go to the college and talk to the tutors or the inquiry route to find out more. Don't feel afraid to ask questions about the content of the course, or the sorts of assessment that you might do, just to get a real sense of what the program's about, because they're designed to, as well as obviously being about that subject, so criminology or business, that they're designed to be an interesting the way that the course is meant is to be delivered, a range of assessments to really sort of spark students' interest in that subject area. So I would try and find. My main advice would be to gather that information, because then you're making an informed decision about taking that program. And then the other thing is in terms of your own Vision College's diploma programs, these University of Cumbria programs they've been what we call mapped to each other. So students who've completed the Vision diplomas can join the university programs in the second year, I think it is. So it means that we recognise the learning that students have already achieved and completed. I think that's probably the main piece of advice, really. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time, David. So those who are watching, all right, if you're interested and would like to know further about the programs offered, you can always log into the website www.vision.edu.my, or drop us a message and our course counselors will get back to you. All right. Thank you, and see all of you all soon.
Bye.
Very good.
If you like the video, remember, don't forget to subscribe to our channel
and press the bell icon for more updates. Please share it to your friends and family.